Alright, my friends. Welcome aboard, Jen. Hello, aloha, welcome to Blue Hawaiian Helicopters. My name is Greg. This helicopter is called the EC-130. It's worth about $3 million the way we have it set up for it. It's a fun way to see the island of Kauai. When you came out, they should have shown you a safety briefing video. Did you all see that?
Yeah.
Any questions on that? Pretty straightforward. We got Kristen and Jordan here, and then we got Scott and Jen. Jen, Scott, you guys will have your own microphones. Kristen and Jordan, you guys will share the one you have in front here. Hold it next to your mouth, let it go when you're done talking. I will turn it off for takeoff and landing. Other than that, let's go see Kauai. Hopefully this will be one of the highlights of your trip here. Here we go. This is Princeville Ranch down below us here. It's an outdoor activity ranch. We can go ATV riding, zip lining, horseback riding down to the waterfalls. There's zip line platforms down below you here. Jordan? You gonna do the zip lining after the flight, Jen?
I don't think they'd let me.
You can see over on the left here the green grass area where the trees are in it there. That's where they filmed Jurassic Park. Remember when they first saw the dinosaurs, they were walking around in that grass fields? That's the grass field right there. There's a lake there. It's a little hard to see in the lighting with the shadow of the clouds above it, but it's right in the, kind of in the middle there. Did you see Jurassic World, Jordan?
No, not yet.
If you do, watch it. They actually use your helicopter today. They took the name Blue Hawaiian off the top because the movie's supposed to be in Costa Rica. I'm going to take you to see where they filmed it right in front of us out here in the middle of the island. But I should say for the record, no helicopters were hurt in the filming of Jurassic World. In the movie, the dinosaurs get it. But that's all special effects. We left here not knowing, they left here and we didn't know they were going to do that. When it came out in the movie, our PR department was like, whoa! I thought it was pretty cool though. You know how that goes.
I hope you can fly better than that guy in the movie.
Yeah, he didn't really know what he was doing, did he? We actually had to have a pilot act like they didn't know what they were doing to get those shots. And the storyline is that the guy that's flying the helicopter that's ours, he just bought it, and he's the new owner of Jurassic Park, so calling it Jurassic World. Let's go down in the valley here. Now look how green and lush this is, because later it will get dry and arid on the west side of Kauai. This is the east side. You'll be able to see waterfalls all around you, to the left, the right, just look around, see where they are. They come and go with the rain. Now, I've never seen anybody in the back of this valley on the ground. I have seen pig hunters down around the bend in the river here and some people hiking about this far in, but I've never seen anybody beyond the halfway point here.
That's pretty remote.
Yeah, and it doesn't have a hiking trail, so even if you do come out here, it just ends up being a lot of work. The right side of the river belongs to the state of Hawaii, and the left side to a Chinese businessman. He bought it about 4 years ago for $343 million US. How'd you like to get the real estate commission check on that sale? This is where they filmed Jurassic World, right here. So if you watch the film, in the beginning they're flying towards us, so it looks a little different. But in the second half they're flying this way, so you'll see your flight right now. We're going up to the center of the island, to Mount Waialeale. That's the main volcano that formed the island of Kauai. Now, ancient Polynesians, not just Hawaiians, would climb up on top of the mountain here to pray and commune with God. As we go over the ridge, we'll be at about 2,000 feet. It's another 3,000 feet to the top. I want you to imagine you actually physically trying to hike up this ridge to get to the top when we go over. It's pretty hard to do. This white on the left here, Jan, is in Jurassic World. Looks like an eye.
No make noise la.
You can see down below us here, this is where they filmed some of the technical work for a movie called Avatar. And then the main volcano that formed Kauai is where we're going inside, is called Mount Waialeale on our right. Look at this.
So this is the caldera in front of us then?
Yes. Now it's also referred to as the Blue Hole. When people read mountain climbing books, trail books, and guides for getting out here, they talk about swimming holes on the river, the Blue Hole at the bottom of a waterfall, or maybe a depression in the back here that's the Blue Hole. That's actually really, really rare to be able to see why they actually call it the Blue Hole. On the first flight there was no clouds, but right now it's already building, but you'll still be able to see it. The Blue Hole is when you're back inside and you look up. Now look up and that's the Blue Hole. But you can see if you're driving around Kauai, you might not even know this was here. Isn't that awesome?
That's fantastic.
You can see the albizia, the trees that look like broccoli. There's a road underneath the trees. It takes 4 hours to hike to the crater from there. Elvis Presley filmed the wedding scene to Blue Hawaii on the East Coast at the Coco Palms resorts there. And just 3 days ago, they finished filming Hobbs and Shaw, which is a new Fast and the Furious film with Dwayne Johnson, The Rock. We've had about 80 major motion pictures shot now, including this one they just finished the other day. This is the south wall of the crater. Again, the tallest point is right up above us there. Pretty, Jen. I'm going to take you into the Hanapepe Valley. This will be where they filmed Jurassic Park when they arrived at the park by helicopter, landing at a waterfall. The waterfall is called Manawaiopuna Falls. Most people never get to get into it because the valley is privately owned by the Robinson family, the same people who own the entire island of Niihau. They have about 51,000 acres on this island as well. Where you guys call home, Jordan? Kristen, where's home for you?
Grants Pass, Oregon.
Is that right? I've actually been there. They have a pizza place there where they make a pizza for you. Do you know that? Yeah, it's still there. We drove there driving through, and they didn't cook the pizza for us, and we didn't have a grill, so we're like, what do we do? So there's a second pizza place there, and I went and paid the guy who owns that place $20 to cook the pizza from the other place. Hey, you guys, are you celebrating anything special or just on a vacation?
I'm from Michigan.
Michigan? Nice. Welcome here to you. That's probably a little bit colder than Kauai. Are you working here or are you just doing vacation?
Just a vacation.
Nice. Yeah, my grandmother's from Minnesota, but I've never been there, but she used to always talk about how cold it gets up in those areas compared to where we grew up in California. She's like, you don't know about cold. But here in Kauai, we've never in recorded history had snow, so I thought one day would be good at least.
Yeah, it was snowing when I left.
There, right?
Yeah, Minnesota gets real cold. I went to school up there.
Is that right? Where are you and Scott from?
Charlotte, North Carolina.
North Carolina, nice. Welcome here. And are you guys celebrating anything special or just on a vacation?
It's a Christmas present from my son, Scott, for me.
Oh, is that right?
We're going to my cousin's wedding.
Oh, that's fun. You go to the wedding and then go ahead and explore, have some vacation time while you're here too. That's cool.
Exactly.
Now the Jurassic Park Falls are right down here on the left, and as I mentioned, you can't see them driving around the island. There's no hiking trail to get in here, so of course we're going to fly down in here. But if you're going to Jurassic Park, wouldn't you want to have the Jurassic Park theme song on? So let's do it. clouds are forming over the mountains up there. 20 minutes, that'll be gone.
They don't have a helicopter landing pad at the base like the movie, huh?
They don't have the helipad at the base of what?
Oh, on the movie they had a helicopter.
Oh yeah,
pad.
no, they took that out because that was just a film set. It worked, but it wasn't built to code and it wasn't built for anti-corrosion. So then the people who owned the land thought it was pretty cool to have that. So they've compacted all the soil there. In the original film, the people who owned this land, it was their helicopter they used to fly in. So they have a helipad at the base of the waterfall down there, but not right next to it. Kristen, are you going to go to other islands while you're here, or are you just going to Kauai?
Just 2 weeks here.
Nice. Yeah, if you ever go to the other islands, we have a nice trip out to Molokai, where Father Damien was a missionary to the leper colony out of Kahului. Sometimes you can see up to 100 manta ray on the south side of the island from the air. It's pretty cool. Or in Oahu, they have flights over Pearl Harbor. On the Big Island of Hawaii, they have flights over the volcano.
Yeah, I did the manta dive on the Big Island. It was pretty cool.
Oh yeah, swim with them at night?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's cool, yeah. Some of them get so big, it's like, whoa.
Yeah, one of them was like 16 feet across.
Yeah. I had an interesting thing happen the other day. My friend lives on the Big Island with his wife there, and the wife sent some video they did on a GoPro underwater to my wife. And so they're swimming, they go every morning swimming, and they were swimming and it was dead calm. So they took their GoPro, because it's not often that it's that flat calm. So they were out there swimming around, and they went down about 6 feet maybe, and they were filming each other with the rays of the light were coming through as the water. It was just a really neat view. And all of a sudden, dolphins came up, and it scared her. She was like, whoa, and it was dolphins. And they bumped up against my friend on his left and right side and carried him to the surface. And she got it all on video. And I told him, it's probably because you weren't swimming very good. They were trying to save you.
That's incredible.
Cool story, though, yeah? It was just a little bit around where you went diving there for the manta ray.
Yeah, it's right by the airport there.
Right. Look at this valley. It's called Olokele. You can see it's fantastic terrain here, Jan. When you mix it with the other valley over there, it looks like the Grand Canyon in Arizona. So the left side is what they refer to as the Grand Canyon of the Pacific. Because people don't get into the area we are right now, they don't really know about this. But when they refer to the Grand Canyon Pacific, they're talking about the Waimea Canyon, but this is called Olokele.
I've never been to the Grand Canyon either.
Oh, is that right? Well, you know, every time people come here that have been there, they'll say, oh, it looks just like the Grand Canyon. Well, you can do us a solid. When you go there, you can stand at the rim and say, hey, it looks just like the Waimea Canyon on Kauai. Can you see, Jordan, there's an island out there? That's the island of Niihau. Today, only 50 people live there. And if you look, Kristen, you can see the rainbow there. In front of us.
Oh yeah, you're the rainbow hunter right here.
Down on the shoreline there, you can see where Captain Cook landed in 1778. He was only on Kauai for about 2 weeks, you know, his timeshare ran out. But he was trying to find a passage above Canada. He left here, went up there, bounced around the Arctic ice, and couldn't get through. Decided to come back here to wait for the ice to melt, and he got into a conflict with the Hawaiians, losing his life at Kealakekua Bay on the southwest side of the Big Island of Hawaii. This is the end of the Robinson Land right here. But once Captain Cook was here, of course, that would open up the islands to the outside world. Kristen, you want to fly right down the center, or you want to do something kind of interesting?
I'm up for whatever.
Alright, rather than just going down the center, let me take you in the side door here, and we'll drop in that way, because it's kind of cool to do. some days it's just super nice out to do this, and this is one of those days. Watch this. This will be kind of cool. Watch this. Yeah, pretty. You can see the red in the soils from the iron oxide and the lava. As it breaks down, it turns red. You can see the yellow blush on the plants below us. This is called Australian silky oaks, or Gravella robusta. We have a lot of plants and vegetation from Australia and New Zealand in an effort to make Hawaii look more tropical. They brought plants here from there. Today it's illegal to do that. Those are called invasive species. But they did it a lot back in the 20s and the 30s. Over on your side here, Scott, there's an 800-foot tall waterfall. I'm going to bring it around on Jan's side first, and then I'll bring it back around on your side. This takes roughly 2 hours to hike to the waterfall. 1 hour in, 1 hour out. It's pretty easy to do on the way in, but on the way out, it's like, oh, I'm out of shape. Because it's at 4,000 feet, the air's thinner. If you look carefully, Kristen, you might see people under the trees there. Little tiny people. See them there? There you go, Jan. 800-footer. See the people up in the trees on the left there. Waving at you, like, hey, there's Jordan.
You know, I'm really regretting not taking a helicopter tour of the Grand Canyon now.
Well, you can go back. You know, another place is neat. Have you guys ever done a cruise? This is something I might recommend to you. Do the Inside Passage Alaska cruise. Go from Vancouver, Canada to Whittier. I used to fly up in Alaska. You can go the other way, but it's anticlimactic. If you start in Vancouver, it's an interesting city, and it just gets better and better as you go. You get up into Whittier. When you get to Juneau, Alaska, take a helicopter tour there, and you can land on the glacier. You get out and walk around. It's about a 20-minute flight out, 20-minute back, and then you get about a half an hour on the glacier, maybe 20 minutes or so. Walking around. It's really easy to do, and it's very beautiful. It's another good one, and another good helicopter trip other than Hawaii is to try New Zealand, out in the fjords, South Island. How's everybody doing? Good? Okay?
Real good.
All right. This is the west end of Kauai. Is a military airfield there called Barking Sands. They also have the Pacific Missile Range facility there. Now you say you're from Charlotte, North Carolina, is that right?
Yes.
I was very blessed to be able to just go to North Carolina. my cousin moved there, and they've never seen both of my cousins moved there, and they've never seen my daughter, and she's 8 years old. So I said, well, if you're not coming here, we're going to come visit you. And they said, fine. So we went and had a real nice time at where you live as well. So it's really, really cool spot there.
It's a beautiful state. They do a lot of neat things there. There's a lot of stuff to do.
Did you grow up there? Did you move there later?
Born and raised, just outside of Charlotte.
Very nice. We had a good time there. Welcome here to Kauai. I hope you have as nice time as we had there. You can see the white balls on the left here. This is a radar tracking site. Off to the left is where they do a lot of military training with naval boats or aircraft or submarines. All kinds of things goes on out there. You can see the rescue helicopter up there on the right, the red one. It's in the trees to your right there. About a ½ inch from the ridge up there into that antenna.
Like lemon drops high above the chimney top. That's where you find me, oh, somewhere over.
I'm going to take you in this first valley as we approach the Nepali coast here called Nuulala'aina. This will be where they filmed King Kong back in the 70s. It'll look better if we go down in the back and follow it out to the front low. So we're going to do that. But it takes approximately 2.5 hours to hike from the top to this ridge here. People don't hike to the bottom. It's a ½ mile straight down from here from the ridge. So they turn around and go back up.
Me and you and I think to myself, what a wonderful world. I see skies of blue and I see clouds of white and the brightness of day. I like the dark and I think to myself, what a wonderful world.
Now right above us here, Kristen, people hike out here too. It takes 2 hours, 2,300 feet. It's recessed so they can't see the whole coast, but it's a neat view.
See friends shaking and singing, how do you do? They really sing, I.
Look at that.
Babies cry and I watch them go.
There's a waterfall here, Jan, which is not normally there. All of the waterfalls in this area have been diverted to sugarcane crops back in the old days by aqueducts. Because of heavy localized rain last night, though, we have this waterfall today. Look at this, though.
Someday I wish
Yeah, fantastic. Left here is an ancient Hawaiian fishing village because there's a coral reef there. There's a lot of fish. People will go snorkeling there today when the waves are calm. You can see how the waves crash against the rocks and it aerates the water, gives it that kind of a misty look there. In front of us where the second boat is, where it's just kind of turning in. That's where they filmed Pirates of the Caribbean with Johnny Depp on Stranger Tides. Oh, lava tube below you, Scott. And then on your side now, Jan, is where they filmed Pirates of the Caribbean with Johnny Depp. look in front of us. This is a fantastic area known as the Cathedrals. A series of razorback ridges. Down below, this is where the trail ends for the people who hike out here. It takes 7 to 12 hours one way. It's called the Kalalau Trail because it brings them to this valley. Look in front of us right here. There's a shot. Maybe 5,000 Hawaiians lived in this valley. The lookout drives up to the lookout right above us there, and then one straight ahead of us on the top, about 4,000 feet. Now Jan, since you came out here by helicopter, normally we do a U-turn here and there's no clouds today, so I'm going to take you up on the top here. This is going to be about a half a mile drop to the shore below, but it's just a spectacular view. Since there's no clouds, I can take you. You want to go see? Watch this. Alright, you ready? Here we go. Look at this.
That gave me goosebumps.
Yeah, that's awesome to hear. There's two fingers on the ridge in front of us, 2 points there. We call that Makana Ridge, or the gift. But that's Bali High. Might be able to see humpback whales while you're here in Hawaii. They're here from December to April. They have their young here, then they head back to Alaska. Only about 30% of the whales came this year, though. Whales eat krill, which are like baby shrimp, and those krill can be affected by the algae. So apparently there was a problem with the algae, which the krill eat, and so they didn't have a lot of them. So the whales don't eat when they're in Hawaii. They eat the krills, fatten up, and live off those fat stores. But without the krill, they don't have enough fat stores to be here. So they don't come. They go somewhere else. But we do have about 15 that I know of in Hawaiian waters here. Some are right in this area here. We could see them as we're flying along. We're going about 110 miles an hour, and the whales can hold their breath for an hour. So we just have to kind of hope when we go by they decide to come up for air, and then we can see them. But I'll do a little left turn here so you can look back and see the coast and give us a little bit more time on station. A chance to come up and breathe. You might see them just floating along here like a gray submarine. This is now the north side of Kauai. Let's do the turn here. There's a whale on the left here. See the white flippers?
Yeah, I see it.
There's 2 of them. Second one's just coming up now. I'm going to try to bring it on Scott's side too, but I got a helicopter maneuvering right next to us here. 9 9 o'clock low is where they are. They've gone down a little bit, Scott. They're now at 10, 12. Just came up. You might see the white water there. Alright, look down below you there. That's fun, huh?
How high up are we right now?
Right now we're 1,800 feet. You're allowed to be 1,000 feet above them. Up lower than that, you can't fly over them unless they come out without you knowing. But if you see them, it's illegal to fly there. We want them to stay here and not be scared off. It's fun to show them to you, right? I don't want them to be like, oh, we're not going there. So we try to comply with that.
You did good.
You can see over here is KA, then tunnels, and then Hanalei up in front is the deep bay. Tunnels Reef here is where a girl named Bethany Hamilton lost her arm to a tiger shark. You guys might remember her story. You remember that? She was about 13 years old when she bumped into the tiger shark.
I remember that.
Yeah, she still lives here on the north side, still serves here. Her husband and then have 2 boys. They live on the north side here. Did you guys hear yesterday there was a run-in with a shark in Hanalei?
Yeah, I heard about that.
Typically what happens once that happens, all the fishermen will go out and catch all the sharks. And it's devoid of sharks for a while. And they start to come back. But still keep your guard up. My wife is from Hawaii and my daughter was born here, so my wife's always teaching her things. One of the things she always teaches her is never turn your back on the waves. When you walk in from the beach, go at an angle so you can see off to the side what the waves are doing. And the second thing she teaches her is never to swim in the brown water. When you have heavy rainfall, the soil washes out into the ocean. But we have about 300,000 wild boar on Kauai, and there's obviously going to be some that pass away. When you have very heavy rainfall, it can wash that decaying carcass and that scents and aromas into the rivers. And who loves that in the ocean is your friendly neighborhood sharks. So that's when you don't want to swim, is in the brown water areas. There's a bunch of dolphins right there. Now Scott, on your side, you can see a beach. Has a little river coming out of the sand. To the left of the river there's some red dirt with a black tarp on it. That's the landslide area, which is preventing you from driving in here right now. That's the area they're working on. All this slid here. But that's the area they're working on right now.
That was April? Last April?
Yeah. We had about 13 landslides. They figure they're going to be done around August. The problem they have is they start working, and then they have to let the residents in and out. They do 6 times during the day and a couple times at night. So when they're working, they have to clear the roads, secure the terrain, move all the tractors, let them go in, then the other side comes in on the other side. Then they start working again, they have to clear it again, it ends up taking forever to do. But you know, people have to get to pharmacies, they have to go to the bank and the post office and all that, so this is part of how it's going to be for a while. Over on the right is the longest valley on Kauai called Wainiha. In front of us is Lumahai, and we're going to go over to the Hanalei area again where we began our journey. I want to show you the waterfall up here. Probably some of you have seen from down below in Hanalei or Princeville. Hanalei, they're growing kalo, K-A-L-O, kalo. But in Hawaii, we use the English language, which adopted the Tahitian word for it, taro, T-A-R-O. It's actually called kalo in Hawaiian. They smash it up to make a food called poi, the same in both languages. Do you do it hiking at all, Kristen? Oh, I see. Yeah, well, if you're a little bit more serious, and people like to go up under that tree there, it takes about 2 hours. It's called the Dragon's Back Trail up the ridge. Look at this waterfall, is about a half a mile long. That awesome. The founder of Facebook, Mark Zuckerberg, he bought 2 properties on Kauai. You probably heard about that in the news and stuff. That'll be the northeast corner of Kauai, straight ahead of us on the shoreline. If you're looking at a map of Kauai, it's the upper right corner. It's called Pila'a Beach, the area. And then we began our journey here. We're to continue for about 45 minutes straight out. To the right there would take us to the island of Oahu. Then there's Molokai, Lanai, Koho'olawe, Maui, and the big island of Hawaii is about 3 hours out, or 300 miles. On a full tank of gas, you can make it all the way to Hawaii. You can see across from the airport on the left, there's waves offshore. That's called Anini Beach. Because there's a reef there, it breaks up the energy of the waves. At the shoreline, the wave is only an inch tall all year round. So if you want a nice place, beach to calm waves to wade in the water, you might like that. Go out of our airport, make a right, and then the left there will take you down to the beach area. You can go to the very end of the road where it has nice sand, but it's actually cooler in the middle where the grass is. They have picnic tables and showers. You can wash off and access to the beach that way. We're going to be landing shortly here, so I'd like to take this opportunity to thank you folks for flying with us here at Blue Hawaiian Helicopters. I hope you guys had a nice time, and had a cool way to see Kauai. Once we get on the ground crew is going to open the doors for you. You guys don't have to do that. We have service with Aloha. Go to the front of the aircraft to the left. They'll let you get some pictures. Then they'll take you inside and show you the video. It does take a minute or 2 to pull this up. If in the meantime you'd like to fill out a comment card, I appreciate those. And we have 3 computers. You can go online and type out some of the highlights for other people to see your thought. But again, folks, thank you very much. Mahalo. Did you do the horseback ride to the waterfall yet, Kristen?
Not yet, but I want to.
Yeah, they'll take you down in the river there, and if you want to swim, you can. My mom's funny. She came. They took her to the waterfall. She didn't know they would let you swim. So she's like, well, I didn't bring a swimsuit. And then I came back and my mom was soaked, and she goes, what happened? She goes, I'm not coming all the way to Hawaii, taking a horseback ride to a waterfall and not swimming. So she just jumped right in. I was like, well. friends. You can undo your seatbelt, hit so go right over the back of your headrest. Take care. Aloha.